All right, we're joined by Lola Appleby here on Wisconsin.golf after a couple of really exceptional rounds here at the Women's State Open. 36 holes one day. First time you've done this. What
Yep.
was it like? How did you prepare for it, and how do you feel right now?
It was very, like, at first when I first got here, it was very intimidating, especially because, like, I was one of the younger people and I didn't really know what to expect. But, like, to prepare for it, I played on the course a lot because that's usually, like, just playing overall is, like, what I struggle with. So playing really helped with what I did today.
So you played this course a lot?
I played this course once, and then outside I just played.
Just got used to
Yes.
getting ready for this thing.
Yes.
What were your expectations coming in here based on the time that you played Maple Bluff?
I didn't really have that high of expectations. I knew that if I wanted to shoot a score, I could. It was just a matter of if I could or not.
How did you gain confidence as the day went along?
I definitely gained confidence because my putting was very good. So even if I had like a 5-foot putt, like I knew I could make it. Like even if it was.
And that's what I saw out there.
Yeah.
The one hole that I saw, you made like about a 5-foot comebacker.
Yes.
It didn't look that easy, but you made it look easy. How does one do that on greens like this?
I definitely just had to like pay attention to the speed and how much it was breaking or not, and play the break as how hard I was hitting it.
Where do you play? Where you practice on greens like this?
Oh, it's definitely a lot slower. So when we came out, when we had our practice round, I definitely had to work on the greens because they're definitely a lot slower than where I usually play.
Where do you normally play?
Blackstone.
Blackstone,
and
okay.
Brown Deer Park.
And Brown Deer Park.
Brown
So
Deer
Brown
Park
Deer
is
a little bit.
closer to this, but not as fast.
But and it is a championship too, so you knew that was going to be set up that way.
Right.
What you talked about being intimidated, the age thing. I mean, everything that you do as you get to the adult amateur level is new.
Yeah.
How do you kind of get comfortable quickly?
Well, just like seeing girls like who like for example like Abigail, like she won this last year, and like that just like shows that like even like if you are younger, you can like still do what you can do.
Sure. And the one thing I think people assume is that the most difficult thing is the distance of the courses as they get longer.
Right.
But from what the little I saw of you out there, that didn't seem to be a problem.
No, I definitely doesn't really seem to be a problem, especially because when you hit the fairway, it'll definitely bounce. So it's not a huge problem, and especially since I don't hit it too short, that it's not really an issue.
Right now, you're up one on Izzy, who's still out there on the golf course, and then one of her incoming freshman teammates is at 6, along with Nora Roberts. I mean, obviously you'll be in the last group, it looks like. What's that going to be like on the final day? And this is your first Women's State Open?
It is, yes.
Wow. I mean, that in itself is an accomplishment. What does that mean, and how are you going to handle it?
Well, I'm definitely just going to try to stay relaxed, especially because I'm playing with girls older than me, and like whatever happens is going to happen.
And at this point, is it gravy, or are you competitive to the point where it doesn't matter what age, what tournament, if you pay in the entry fee, you want to win the tournament?
Well, I guess not. It's just that I want to go out there and like try my best, like no matter what.
The conditions today, what were they like? I talked to your dad. I don't know how many bottles of water you went through, but I'm sure it was a lot.
Yes, it was definitely, when we first started, it was definitely a little muggy, I guess you could say, and the fairways were a little wet, so that was definitely harder. As the day went on, it definitely got a lot hotter, so I was definitely trying to stay hydrated, and hitting in the rough, if you were in the rough, it was definitely a lot harder to get out.
Yeah.
So even though like hitting fairways was definitely a big positive.
Did you hit a lot of them?
I hit like a decent amount, but there was definitely some in the rough.
And what part of the 2 rounds kind of did you gain the most momentum from?
I would say on the second round for sure, I was 2 under through like 6 or something.
Right.
And I made like a putt from the rough on the 6th hole, so that really helped.
Was that for birdie?
It was.
So you got to 3 at one point?
No, I was 2. That
got you to 2.
Yes.
At that point, I mean, you'd seen the scores probably in the morning.
Yeah,
There weren't a lot of those scores.
Yeah, so the whole front 9, I actually didn't know what was happening, and then like I checked through 9 because I didn't realize that like 2 under was gonna get that.
Yeah, and did you see where you were overall?
I did,
and how did you handle seeing that?
Well, once I saw it, I definitely had to try to relax because I knew like what it was, but I just tried to like stay consistent even after I saw it.
And as you mentioned, Abby won this last year. McKenna Nelson won the state match play a 3 years ago. What's allowing all of you young golfers to come in tournament ready?
I would definitely say confidence, because if you're not confident, it's like not as easy to play.
And how do you expect to kind of match that confidence with just whatever the course might throw at you tomorrow?
I'm just gonna try to stay relaxed and try to hit every shot that I can, even like if I'm like behind a tree or something.
Gotcha. Well, Lola, great job today. Good
Thank
luck
you.
tomorrow.
Thank